Hey guys, what's up? This is Jeff. Welcome to a special episode of Off the Van, where rather than the music side of our podcast, we look at more the technical aspect. Because I know that's why you're all here, right? Right. Anyway, moving on. Today I'll be showing you how to do some simple audio recording. This is kind of the process that we use here at Off the Van to record our interviews. I'll be showing you a simple way to do it today with some free software called Audacity. If you do anything with audio, you probably have a copy of this already. I have it loaded right down here. We'll open it up. Might take a second here. Okay. Alright. Oh, getting somewhere. Oh, hey. Whoa. Oh. Loaded it onto the wrong screen here. Give me one sec. There we are. There's Audacity. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, so one thing you want to make sure of when you're recording some audio, right here you see this picture of a microphone. That's going to tell you where your input's coming from. Now, right now I have it set to built-in input because I'm just using the microphone built into my laptop here. As you can see, if you have different audio interfaces plugged in, you can choose those. When we record off the van, we have some extra hardware that we use. We plug microphones into that, and we'll do it all through there. It's not available to me at this exact moment, so that's why I'm recording it through here. So we have it set to built-in input right now, and after that, it's pretty simple. Once you have that all set up, you have your recording level up here. So depending on what you have this set at, it'll change how loud your recording is as your audio card is capturing that information. So check this out. We're gonna just hit record here, and as you can see, it's generating some stuff here, some nice sound waves that are hopefully gonna pretty accurately represent my voice. You're gonna hit stop so that it not only stops recording but also stops tracking out. That way you're not gonna have like a gap of empty space at the end of your recording. So let's go back and hit play and see if it caught that. Here, and as you can see, it's generating some stuff here, some nice sound waves that are hopefully going to pretty accurately represent my voice. Awesome. So as you can see, that worked out pretty well. Now, of course, this is software I'm using for Mac. Audacity is also available for PC, and I'm led to believe it's also available for Linux if you happen to be running that. The interface, it's Audacity is a really cool peer-supported software. So these builds are being compiled by programmers all around the world, and as they reach new bounds and stuff like that, they're gonna update it, the build that's available for public through whatever website's hosting Audacity at that point. So it's constantly evolving, it's constantly getting better, and best part about it, it is totally free. Now you're probably thinking, oh, freeware, whatever. This is practically the industry standard. Everybody who's doing anything with audio is going to have a copy of this. Not always going to have access to Pro Tools. I know, with especially Pro Tools, because you have to have unless you have a HD set, you have to have the iLock with it to authorize your software. So if you don't have that with you, you just need to do a quick recording on the go. Audacity is perfect for that. It's very easy. It's very easy on your computer. It's not going to take up a whole bunch of RAM to run, so it's very easy for your computer to process. Pro Tools can get a little bit heavy once you start adding all your effects, all your plugins, everything else. Same with Logic, same with anything else. This is a really simple program. It's not very heavy as far as what it takes to compute all of its data and all that. So it's just a really great program. I recommend you grab it if you have not already. So now that you have your recording here, let's say this was an interview that I did with somebody, you would just go up to File, and down here you will just export it. Make sure that you don't have anything like, notice how you have export and export selection. If I have just a little bit of this highlighted, that becomes an option, and it'll only export what I've highlighted. So if you want to kick your whole thing out into a WAV file, you just want to go export. Make sure that nothing is selected just in case. If, let's say, like you will just only want a small section of what you recorded, that's where this export selection is going to come in handy. So we are going to export the entire thing. load for a second. So as you can see, we have save as here. We'll call it podcast demo 1. We'll just send it to the desktop so it's easy for me to find later. I can organize it and store it however I need to after that. Down here where you have format, right now whatever the last thing I kicked out in an MP3. MP3 you actually need to download an extension for. If you Google how to do that, there's very simple instructions on how to do that, or maybe I'll even make a video on that later on. I want to do WAV anyway, and so it gives you your WAV. You go over here to options. There's no options for it. It's WAV. It's not much going on there. The options is more for when you're compressing it, like with the MP3, if you're kicking it out as an MP4, stuff like that. So we'll go ahead and click save, and then it's going to pop up again. I'm running 2 monitors right now, so it keeps kicking it up. This is my secondary monitor. It keeps kicking up on the main one, so here's the window that it gave me there. This is your metadata. Now this is very important if you want to be able to find your audio later on, or if like the file that you're putting out is what you're going to be submitting online, or it's going to be leaving your hands and going into someone else's. You want to make this part as accurate as possible in that case. So artist name, we'll say Off the Van. Track title, what did we call it? Podcast Demo 1. Album title doesn't really apply to this. Track number is 1. Years 2014, genre, podcast, I suppose. Oh. There we go. And then comments, this is where it kind of comes in handy. This way, say when I'm going back and I'm compiling, some sort of audio package later, if I'm looking for this for any reason to send to somebody to add to a project I'm working on, I want to be able to find this as soon as possible. Now, let's say, for some reason, it hit my head or something. I can't think. I don't remember what my podcast's name was. I don't know what none of the stuff that I've already entered is going to help me with that. Or I just want to make it easier for someone else to be able to search this file once they have a copy of it, and they might not know that this was done for a podcast called Off the Van, what year I made it, stuff like that. So you can put comments such as, like do it yourself, information, instruction, instructional, just kind of like keywords that if they because I know on Mac you have the Spotlight, and Windows Explorer you have ways to search through your files on that as well through your directory, and this way if they type DIY, information, instructional, it'll tag that in this metadata even though it's not in the actual file name, and it'll hit that, and so when they search for any of those keywords, this will pop up with it. So sweet. You can add other you can add different categories and stuff like that if you need to elaborate more. This is good enough for me, so we'll go ahead and click OK here. Kicks it out there. Alright. So yeah, and that's how you do that. We'll open the desktop real quick, make sure that came up alright. And there it is right there, Podcast Demo 1. Here, and as you can see, it's generating some stuff here. Alright, well hopefully for anyone getting started out in the podcast game, or for anything else involving audio, this was helpful. This is Jeff Struby loading out.